So we've got the main flowers, and then we have gaps in between, and some of these are quite small and we can just hollow these out. Some of them, like between these two leaves, are quite big, and we need to be able to fill these spaces with something more interesting. And in this case, these are little buds, and you can put them in singly or in little rows like that. And I'm going to show you how to carve this bud now. I've marked up a little area on this piece of wood. The red we're going to call petals or leaves or something, and this is wood we have as part of our design, and this bit in the middle is like a gap we need to fill. This can be any space you like, but what we need to do is like find gouges that'll fit in here like this, so we could get 3 in there. So what probably will have happened is that I'll have an edge to this leaf here, say, and an edge to that leaf there, and probably coming around here. So we'll have some sort of edge to work to. Let's just call that, and there's a little bit over here. So what I do is I pick a gouge that will fit between these walls. So this is a number 9, so in theory it's a semicircular, and I would stab that in there, and then I'd find another gouge that would fit in here, say, and it might be that we need to adjust the leaves a little bit around the edge, and then perhaps one more gouge. Let's see what we got. This one probably will fit down in here. So I outline my little buds first. Now normally when we're doing this sort of carving, we can sort of come over like this, but often it's quite difficult when you've got walls here because you tend to bump into them. But you can certainly have a go at doing some of that first. So in this case, see this one we can't get in because it's too tight. We can't really get without fouling the edge. This one we might be able to get a bit in here. So we can take some down there. So if you do your best with those, and then you're going to have to get a suitable gouge and just round these over. So round them. This one's probably a little bit flatter. So come right down into the background there, and we can tidy that up by going round again. Same with this one. So as we go round, you can see these little triangle bits developing in the middle. So I pushed the edges quite deep into here, and you can see that we're left with this waste in between. So what I would do is I would now set in these edges of these leaves, particularly pushing the corner down into that waste, like so. And perhaps over here, clean that up, and push that down into the corner and up. Whatever the shape of these petals or leaves are around, let's just say that's over there. You can see some of that's already starting to come out, and then there might be a bit over here. I'm just making this up, but so by setting in already some of this pops out, and then you can use your skew chisel to just get in there, right down there, and lift those last little bits of waste out. And make sure as you come round the ball, which is the bud, you swing round. You don't just cut in straight lines. So around here, from around there, down there. So we're making a little inverted pyramid. And we go quite deep, but we mustn't be parallel or else we go through. So there's got to be a slight taper there to a point at the bottom. And then this one in the middle too. So you go around making sure that's clean up, and then finally, just to make those points deeper, you can get a little triangular triangular punch like this, or a square punch, or whatever shape you need, and then you can just punch that down in there, clean up the bottom and accentuate the shadow. So that needs cleaning up a bit beforehand, but that's the idea. So there'd be your basic buds in position. Sometimes you need a really small skew to get right down deep there. So make sure that's all cleaned up. At the moment they're just little balls, but to sort of turn them into buds or something, we can add a little bit of surface decoration. One simple way is to make 3 little crescent cuts like this. 1, 2, and one over here. 3, and just take out a little bit of wood in the middle like this. Or you could actually push the corners in, and so you lose that whole bit in the middle. There. Which often needs a skew chisel to get in. So you can make a nice deep shadow there instead of a little crescent. And then again, to make that more shadow, you can just pop in a little punch. Or you could just do a cut like this, and a cut like this, like a double cut. So lots of things you can do. I wouldn't mix too much. I would keep the same sort of idea throughout. But this wants to be fairly clean. I've got to say that's not my best bit of cutting there. But I bring that to the end. You could stab that, make sure these ends are neat. So everything's tidy as we go along. So there are various things you can do, as I say, with this. You could even put a little triangular thing here. I'm just making this up. Something. So that it's not just a simple ball. Find a way of decorating those, and that's a good way to fill in space.